Hey, Stephanie here with Tuesday Tips. We all know that the world works in cycles. We have the cycles of the moon, from the new moon to the full moon to the new moon again, right? Or day to night, low tide, high tide, even the seasons. We go from winter to spring to summer to fall. Everything works in cycles, and each cycle has its purpose. But were you aware that there's also cycles in your business? So the reason I bring this up is because I'm here to talk about the universal law of rhythm. This universal law talks about cycles. So how can we implement that into our practices, into our businesses? You know, a lot of people only think about like holidays or things like that, but it depends on who your clients are and what resonates with them. So I'm going to talk to you today about 5 areas of your marketing that you should really think about harmonizing with the law of the universal law of rhythm. The best way to actually kind of get a grasp on this may actually be market research and analysis. This can really help us understand our clients better, get us more in tune with them and their needs, their interests, their desires. So market research, in the newsletter, I put it as number 5, but it really is number 1. We really want to get a handle on that. And it can also help us understand the next 4 that I'm talking about. So think about doing some market research and analyze, when are your busy seasons for your clients? When are they really seeking your help? The market research can really help with that. Sorry, my hair is making me crazy today. So that's number 1. Now, the next 2 all have to do with your online marketing, to be honest. So the first one is content. Think about the day of the week, the time of day, the seasons. Like, how do the seasons affect? If you're a nutritionist or, you're a massage therapist or whatever, think about the type of content that would really resonate with your client. And that might be seasonal. It might be, in the winter months, we kind of get depressed. We're inside more. We're probably eating more out of boredom or maybe stress. The holiday bills are coming in. So if you're a nutritionist, you may want to speak to those things. Because we can make more impact on people's lives when we know what's going on in their lives at different points in their lives, right? Also, so that's content market. We have market research, we have content marketing. We also have campaign timing. Regardless of whether or not you're sending out an email or you're sending out social media, when are your clients most engaged? Almost every email platform that I'm aware of does have some form of sending the email out when they generally get open. There is like some sort of little trigger that you can send people. Now, usually that doesn't happen when you have a free account, but it does happen when you have a paid account. So that's something you might want to think about. making sure that you have that little box checked off. If you're doing email marketing, if it's more social media, I know that Meta does give you suggested times of when people that you're connected to are most active. So they don't give those out to you long term. They only give it out to you for like the next few days. However, it's good information to have because you want more engagement. So the time of day, again, also timing. It might be seasonal. If you have a moon ceremony, well, you're going to want to let people know about that. And that's based on the phases of the moon. So timing. Promotions. You may have some sort of offering based on certain times of the year. If you're a nutritionist, again, thinking about the holiday season and all the cakes and cookies and candy that are going around, maybe your people want something that is more geared to healthy during the holidays. Or you might want to do something more in January, February, like I said. Or what about barbecue season? There's all sorts of things you can do, but you would create a promotion and a program or some kind of offering around what your client's interests, needs, and desires are at that time during the season or during their life. I bring this up in some of my classes. If you're a nutritionist, someone who is getting married is going to have much different needs than someone who is getting on in age, right? Because the bride is going to be stressed out, but the person who is living in a retirement community may want to just have more energy or feel their best. So very different needs. And, obviously bridal, that's something that they're probably only going to do, once, maybe twice in their life. So, think about the stage of their life because, as we grow, we're children and then we're teenagers and then we go into adulthood and then we go into later adulthood and women go through phases, right? So what is it that your clients need or want and what stage of life are they at? And you can design your products and your promotions around that. And then the last thing to really harmonize with the rule of rhythm is, your customer relations. And with that, understanding how your customers want to interact with you, whether it be days of the week, time of day, maybe it's in the season, if it's a school teacher, think about school teachers, if that's your primary audience, school teachers are in school from September, depending on where you live, they're in school 10 months out of the year and then they're off 2 months out of the year. So, their schedule is going to be very, very different. They're, Christmas break, they've got breaks, right? So you may need to adjust how you are interacting with them on a one-on-one basis. Do they prefer email over text message, or do they prefer text message over email or direct messaging? How is it that they like to be communicated with? When I worked in the office setting, there was a point in time, I'm showing my age here, but it wasn't that long ago, when all of a sudden people started getting their work email on their phones, and they would use their phone as their alarm clock. So if I was up late working and I was sending emails past 10 p.m., I would get like the nasty email back. You know, I'm sending emails at 10, 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, thinking nobody's going to look at them until they get into the office the next morning. I'm getting the nasty grams back going, stop emailing me at 11 p.m. And I'm like, well, why are you looking at your email at 11 p.m.? They're like, it's on my phone. I'm like, turn your notifications off. You know, like I'm fighting with my colleagues. You know, but I adjusted my work. I would just do what I did. I'd put it in a folder. I'd save it until the morning, and then everybody'd get blasted at 9 a.m. with all of my emails. But, you know, that was something that I had to course correct when I worked in corporate America, right? Because these people would use they're like, well, I get my emails on my phone. And I'm like, well, what's your phone doing next to your bed? It's my alarm clock. You know, so I adjusted the way I did business to help my clients, my colleagues, and it created a better relationship for us. You know, all of these things you're doing are going to help build trust and loyalty with your clientele and help you make the biggest impact that you absolutely can. So be a detective. Think about the rhythms and the cycles that your clients are going through, and where can you be of the most and best impact for them. So that is how you are going to ride the wave and harness the power of the law of rhythm. If you're having a challenge with this or any other challenge you're having in your business, please take me up on my free 30-minute business breakthrough session. This is a free 30-minute coaching session where you and I sit down one-on-one. We discuss what it is you want, what's in the way, and I give you a strategy, a tip, or even a mini plan to help you get past it and resolve it. So, link is in the comments or in the description. So, take me up on a free 30-minute session, and I look forward to seeing you then. And until then, much success.